We're live. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, folks.
It's your Generation X nerds, Paul, Jon, as always.
Hello.
We got a lot to talk about this episode.
I got nothing to fidget my hand with right now.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, thank you.
And I'm already,
You already having withdrawals? Give me a break. So first things first. How was that Oreo cold brew milkshake?
It was awesome. Thank you for the rec.
This shit changed my life, bro.
Mm-hmm. Here's the the real downfall, though, right? Is that of course that the window still doesn't work, right?
But, the drive-through.
Yeah, so we go up, we order
kiosk.
But bro, they were out of oat milk, so the wife's. She's like, okay, do you have something else? Like, almond milk. She's like, all right, fine. She gets it, and then it's all wrong. She hates the whole drink, right? And then, Link, he has to sit there and back and forth until he gets one that's not caffeine, and he finally decides on one. He's like, yeah, it's okay. So while they are dissatisfied,
you're living.
I'm just slurping. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, you want to try this? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, wow, that is good. I was like, I know, right? And I didn't say, like, hey, let's halvesies it since you hate yours. I was like, let me finish my milkshake here. Yeah. It was so good.
See, with me, my brother benefits more than I do because I get, like, maybe a quarter of it, and then I'm kind of, like, done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, I love it, but, moderation is key.
Sure, yeah.
Not to sound like a douche who's like trying to give life advice, but moderation, especially with something that I could just demolish.
Yeah.
It's so much sugar, but it tastes
so good, dude.
So good.
So good. Yeah. And what's funny is I pride myself on, or I should say it this way.
Shout out Dunkin' Donuts or Baskin Robbins Oreo cold brew extra thick milkshake. It's the move if you're there. If you're
for sure.
If the two of you out there decide you want a sweet treat, go out and that's where to go.
Download the app. Use code MODID.
Right. Lincoln and Nicole are just hating life,
miserable.
and you just fucking living and skipping across the clouds.
Yeah, it's annoying. Right, we get back. They got 2 full drinks. Mine's gone.
You're taking the lid off, making sure you're getting the
spoon in it.
Yeah, you're getting the straw angle to get it in the crease. Yeah.
No, I have a thing where I try not to get I don't ever give recommendations, right? And then sometimes something will slip out, right? Because I'll be like, well, and recently I recommended a restaurant to somebody, and I didn't really want to. Right, because I have this thing where the second you do,
you're putting your stamp of approval.
Then they go and they hate it, right? It's like, okay,
hey asshole, thanks for the the recommendation. It sucked.
Sometimes I can't explain hey, it's also here. I know what to order from what place, right?
Right.
Somebody visited Austin one time when they got to Torchy's. They started trying to order the halibut taco, and I was like, hey man, you're in Central Texas. What are you doing trying to order some fish in the middle of Austin, right? Here's the 3 tacos you should try.
Yeah.
Right? And then they were very dissatisfied. They were like, yeah, that dude was weird taste. And I was like, hey, of course it was.
Well, I'll do that with places. 'Cause, not every place does everything well. I mean, no, the very few are, most of the time, even the great places, there's something that just doesn't hit you like everything else did.
Yes.
Right, and I'll forgive a place for that if they do some things great.
Right,
I'll still go back.
Right,
you know what I mean.
But I know what to order.
When I stop going is when they do the one thing that I love the most stops being fantastic. We're out of here.
And that's why with people, I don't try to recommend certain places because I'm like, well, I don't even know if you know how to order. If you know how to order. Then yes, try this Asian joint, try this Mexican joint, try this Italian joint, if you know how to order. But if you don't know how to order and you're just going to go in there and order something dumb, that's on you. And now I got to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I got to be the sin eater on this one. You know what I mean? I got to take that back.
Yeah, and it's like I rarely like other people's wrecks, so I don't want to be the guy doing it because I rarely like it, right? They'll be like, oh, my God, you have to try it.
I don't want to be on the hook.
Do I have to?
Well, me and my next weekend off, me and my brother are going to go try that First Watch.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I genuinely sent that to you because I was like, well, no, this is great.
Well, obviously, I'm not getting avocado toast. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
But you know how I knew it was good? I'll tell you exactly how I knew it was good.
How's that?
There's two things. First and foremost, all three of us ate all of our food. Right?
No.
That includes
that one, huh?
That one. Right? And I was like, did he just eat all of it? And then when we got done, he goes, hey, when are we coming back here? I was like, well, man, we just left. He's like, yeah, so tomorrow? And I was like,
he's like, can we make reservations? Can we have a standing reservation to this place?
The other thing, the people it was the first day it opened, right? It only been open 20 minutes.
And it's not, and I understand even from the website, I went to that link and I saw it. Look, I mean, unless you're doing really well in life, you know, you maybe you could be a daily thing for you. But I'm okay. Like, look, hey, I'm okay hitting it up every now and again. So but you got to tell, you know,
Chick-fil-A,
Richie Rich in there, he got to fucking slow his roll.
That's
you know
what I was thinking. I was like, hey man,
this is gonna be like maybe once a month treat.
And we ordered the table bacon, the $1 million table bacon.
What is that? Isn't that like
it's just some honey saturated in flavors, you know, and it's a bunch of it, but it also
like candy bacon or whatever.
Yeah, and it was delicious, right? And then he ate tons of it. And I was like, well, this is cool. But it was also like he also ate everything he ordered. So it was super cool.
It just makes me laugh that he cleans the plate on like a hey. If you're looking on a Google website, it'd be like $3 signs.
Right. So this the table next to us, because again, they had been open for about 21 minutes when we got there.
Right.
And the place was wall-to-wall packed, and they were having to tell people, hey, we're sorry for the delays. And we were like, we totally understand. You've been open 19 minutes. And they were like, all the food came yesterday. They like, we've had less than 24 hours to get all this ready, so please, thank you.
And I know there's got to be a shit ton of prep.
Oh, it was so much. But
so
check
much
it out.
Prep.
The table next to us had a legit problem, and I could tell how good the food was when the lady goes, it's okay, baby. We understand. And I was like, oh, the food's so good that even with this problem, this lady's like, no, we're still not mad because everything's so good that it's all good.
That's what I'm saying. You know, people miss out on the point of, if ever, look, if something is just knocking your socks off, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're like, there's a problem. When you're still kind of in shock about how good the food was, you don't give a shit about like the little, nuisance that basically they are. Yeah.
No, she was like, the GM came, because like we had a cool waiter and then
it was like GM, grand opening. I'm sure they were all in force.
The GM rolled up and she goes, hey, look, I'm the GM. She goes, I just want to apologize for the delay on the bacon. She's like, I think every single table in here has ordered it, and so it's taken us a minute. She goes, we just got a bacon shipment in. She goes, oddly enough, we went to Sprouts. And I was like, wait, you had to, and she's like, we hooked up with Sprouts, and we're like, hey, can we get this, this, and this? And so she's like, it just got here.
And, in this day and age, if you're going to take an attempt to expand, right, and you buy real estate, which is expensive, especially in Bastrop now, especially commercial.
Right.
As much as it's booming, you know what I mean? It's going to be pricey.
For sure.
And then the construction costs and then the upfront costs. There's a lot of overhead carrying, and you want that place to, fucking rocket it out of the gate.
Man, it was so good.
And so, they would have a GM going, hey, look, man, we didn't anticipate. And,
how could you?
Well, I guess if they were like... You
can only go so far with anticipation. You really don't know.
Well, you just say if we got a place like that, interior, we're outside of Bastrop.
Yeah.
But if we had a place like that here, it would be, it was just like when that new barbecue joint opened up, and it was just a line around the corner. It was just, it wasn't, you don't know if it was good. You just knew that you were going to have like an influx because people were just looking for something different, you know?
100%. And then,
if it's good, and then you got a real problem because now you got to, scale.
Well, the other day, Swayze's modified its hours again. And I commented, and I made the comment sound like I was nice, right? Like I meant it in a nice way. Like, oh, hey.
No caps.
It's cool. We understand that, every time a new restaurant comes into town, they always want to be open 7 days a week, and they just end up with weird hours and shortened days.
Yeah.
LOL, it's all good. But in my head, what I was trying to acknowledge was, hey, every single time we get a restaurant, you guys always start out thinking, hey, I'm going to be here 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 9 to 9. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're here 4 to 6, Thursday and Wednesdays.
Well, in a fishbowl.
And every other Saturday.
In a fishbowl, there's only one place to go. That's why some of these places here in town are either exorbitant in their prices or in the quality of the food is not up to what they are charging. 2
individual restaurants that have lasted forever. Anything else is Subway and Dairy Queen.
And because they're just convenience.
It's just, hey,
that's why they almost charge convenience store prices, because it might as well be another 7-Eleven or a Shell. Right. You know what I mean? Because it was like, hey, it's either drive 15 minutes in either direction.
Yep.
Or, pay an extra fucking $5 for a cheeseburger.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but, I'm excited. I want to go try that place. I like a good breakfast place.
It's good, man. All the stuff was good. Potatoes were good. Bacon was good. Whatever I ordered.
That's what I told my brother. It's like, man, we got to go early. Like, we need to make, because this is a breakfast joint. It's not a.
Right. It's breakfast and brunch.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's not a.
Because we've been toiling around trying that. Have you ever heard of that Sunday brunch at Steiner Ranch in Austin?
Yeah.
I heard that's supposed to be rad. I saw a fucking reel about it. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Is it Stanger Ranch or Steiner?
It's Steiner. I played a show out there a few times. Yeah, it's something.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, the whole scene something. It's a lot of something. You know what I mean?
It's like my buddy used to work at this place in it was right over there by Horseshoe Bay. Mm-hmm. And it was called Canyon of the Eagles. Mm-hmm. It was an RV park, but there was only like one way in, and you drove up to like it was like an RV with a fancy restaurant with wine. And my buddy at the time was working at like a sous chef at the restaurant in the RV, because it's like upscale. You know what I mean? There was like big money RVs everywhere.
Yeah.
And man, and they had some really good food. And yeah, I mean, it was good. And so, like, yeah, you're going to pay money, but, like, I'm okay, but, like, it's not going to be, like, all the time. Right. You know what I mean? You just can't. That's not sustainable. You can't just be dropping $80 on fucking eggs and bacon and potatoes.
No.
For,
Well, especially when, like.
How much was it for you three?
That's not.
Why not?
That's not. You know what I mean?
There's no shame.
I mean, it wasn't cheap, right? But I don't want to bag on them.
60? Hot or cold? 60?
Keep going. You know what I mean?
80?
We did 80.
For three of you.
76 for us three. But like, we didn't go cheap because everybody wanted to try a thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean.
So if that makes sense. Next time we go, it'll be 40. It's just this time it was like,
me and my brothers went to this place in Carmine. It's called JW Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they got really good onion rings. Right. And so when we go, if you get a steak, I mean, it's $25 for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then they got good onion rings and good, like, fried cheese curds.
Yeah.
Deep fried, and then you can get fried pickles or mushrooms or whatever. So, I mean, getting out of there for less than like $75 is, wishful thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Even for 2 people. Well, but it's good food, though. So it doesn't really sting that hard when you're like in a delirious, euphoric state because you just had like a really good steak or a really good entree.
Yeah. And I said yes to a lot of things because I was like, we're just trying it. And this way we can figure out what everybody likes. What everybody wants, you know what I mean? So when it was like the giant Belgian waffle instead of the kid-sized Belgian waffle, and it was like, just do it because if you don't love it, I'll eat something.
Well, I was going to say, the 3 of you could, kind of.
So that's what we ended up doing was like Nicole bought her big thing, and then like Lincoln got 3 big things, and then I got my stuff, and then it was like, yeah, let's try this too because let's go, right?
Right.
We're just trying it, and I was like, it's worth it to do it, figure out. Because if you end up hating everything, then you go, well, that's that. But if you like everything, you can go, it's just a place we can regularly, pop in, but also make it cheaper each time. Because if you find the thing that's got 3 things on it, and you're like, oh, I like that.
It's like when you go to like McDonald's or whatever, either the drive-thru, you already know. You're like, hey, can I get a number 3? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 3, Diet Coke, 10-piece nugget, hot mustard, just the nuggets. And they're like, you know, and I hope that they appreciate that and like the efficiencies.
I hope so.
Nothing aggravates me more than getting people in line at like Subway who act like they've never been in a fucking Subway before.
Bro.
And they stand there and they're like, oh, what comes on this? What comes on? It's like, hey, man, fucking get your shit together while you're waiting in line. You know what I mean?
I have 2 people in my world that don't know how to order at restaurants. They don't know how to treat waiters. They don't know how to treat wait staff. And it drives me crazy because these 2 people should know.
Yeah.
But I also have this thing. You roll up to any food joint. If you are over 25, you don't get to sit there and ask questions about the menu. If you're over 25. And I have 2 people in my life that like to ask these questions about, well, what's that? What does it come with? And then does it have this? Well, how about, can you get it without? It's like, oh, here we go. Hey, the chef made it this way for a reason. Just order the thing. If there's things on there you don't like,
part and parcel.
Order something else, right? Secondly, if you don't know what sandwich you like from any sandwich joint yet, and you're over 25,
oh yeah,
you're out. Right, and I only
it's
give
the beauty
the
about having the app. The beauty about having the Subway app, right? It already has your favorite shit in there, dude. You're like, boop, boop. 2 clicks and you're done.
Hey, let me check on him real quick.
All right.
You pause.
And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back.
So
let's go ahead and since we did our old men rambling about eating places and service.
Yeah. Some rambling. That's what we do. What went down with this Patricia Arquette Tarantino thing?
I don't know,
man.
What's
your synopsis?
So basically, she made a comment. I guess the topic had come back up about Tarantino and his use of the M-bomb, right?
Right. I don't even know why we're still on that for anybody.
Here's the thing. Once you get Sam Jackson's seal of approval, there's really not much to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look, and it's not like the guy was saying it himself, and he may have been writing it, but there's a lot of. Unless you look at the script,
right?
If he was like writing it in, I don't know if you can't. Where the law falls.
Yeah,
on
where does the
writing
law
it
even
down.
fall? Right? Because I saw Pulp Fiction.
Right.
You know I know what his writing is like.
They were making a comparison of like in Pulp Fiction, it's used like 20-something times versus Django Unchained where it's like 167. Right. But it was also in slave era. On a plantation with white owners. It's not like it's not like they were toning their own selves down. I'm not saying it's right.
Of course not. But they wouldn't tone ourselves down to the 80s or something.
But I think it was more to the fact that like, man, nothing makes me sad is like when people who were famous once, right, and you don't stay famous forever. Right. There's maybe I was gonna say a handful. There's more, but there's maybe 5 like iconic that will always be a draw. Some people become icons like Pitt, Clooney. Right. There's a laundry list. And you get to the point to where you were almost there, or maybe was there for a minute, and then it goes away like everything does. And then all of a sudden somebody asks you a question, and you kind of fire off at somebody something that was done.
But also, hey, don't fire off at somebody who helped launch your career there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's all remember true romance.
Biting the hand that feeds them. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man.
Like you
cashed the check. You had to read the script. If you were uncomfortable with these scenes, and you didn't have to take the job in the first place. And and it's easy to say. We're not in the business, and
sure.
I've never been a struggling artist in any form or fashion, but I get taking an opportunity to break in, and it's like. It's like Aniston doing one of those fucking Leprechaun movies. You know what I mean? She needed a role.
For sure.
You know what I mean? She needed it. She needed a reel. She needed to get on there. Mm-hmm. I get it. I don't hold that against them. You know what I mean? And it was the same thing. And she lucked out by getting with this dude that would become an iconic director, 30 years later.
Right.
I mean, the guy's only made 9 movies. And, he's saying the next one he does is going to be the last one.
Right. Which who knows what it's going to do.
What he says, but
there's 2 caveats there that piss me off.
How many times have the fucking Rolling Stones retired or Metallica's retiring or fucking
Kiss,
George Strait. they retired.
Eagles, how many times are you guys come
reunion
back?
Tour. You know what I mean?
It.
Hey, just say you want to take a break.
With Tarantino, it's annoying because it's self-imposed because he's got this mentality of, oh, hey, after 10, directors start to suck. But it's like, yeah, but also you're saying that because those directors knocked out 10 early on. Now you've been doing it for 30-something years.
Yeah,
now
I mean, he definitely paced himself.
So maybe you should have done the 10 earlier and then would have been like, oh, yeah, you're right. Your first 10 were great, but then you could fade away. And now it's like, and so he got so far into that one movie that it was writing, directing. They were already in what do you call it? And it was pre-production. And it was like, dude, you were already at script, cast, locations, directors, right? Everything was all, assistant cinematographer, all the stuff.
Right.
And then he pulled the plug on it at the last minute because he was like, nah, it's not working. I'm trying too hard. I've spent too many years doing it. And you just got to walk away when it's not the thing you want it to be. And I can respect that. I've had to do it after hundreds of hours on one song, and then you listen to it and you go,
yeah,
this is garbage. I wasted hundreds of hours, but maybe I learned a lot along the way. Throw it away. But in my case, that doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
It cost him
money
millions
spent.
of dollars. And then he's like, no, I'm walking away. But then it's like, but your only reason for walking away is because you don't want your 10th one to be one that you're like, it's not perfect. And it's like, then you're never going to get.
I mean,
perfect.
In a way, it's almost kind of like Dr. Dre as far as like producing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like how many songs that he made and how many songs that he thought were good and then fell out of love and put them aside and then came back around to it, tweaked a couple things, and then they made their way on other albums. You know what I mean?
That's what you want.
And, I mean, yeah, because, I mean, like we talked about it before, like certain directors have certain styles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if a Spielberg movie, even Ready Player One, which was animated, still had that Spielberg, you know what I mean, kind of touch on it about the camera angles and how they did things in there.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new one, by the way.
What?
Disclosure Day.
Yeah, that's coming out.
I can't wait. We have to talk about that.
2026 is going to be a big summer. I mean, we got Spider-Man Brand New Day, July 31st. We got Dune in December. We got some other movies, Disclosure Day. We got some other things that are going to be pretty big. Like, I think Monday I'm going to go see that Hail Mary with Gosling and that his rock buddy.
What I'd like to have is another year that becomes legendary, right?
Oh, like we used to have.
Like 93, legendary year. 99, legendary. And it's like, yeah, I love these, like, 2000, like, you can go, like, 93 changed the game. But that just flat out the gate changed the game, especially when you scroll through that list. You and I have done that one before, but it's like, oh, okay, so movies were mediocre by 92, and then 93 came, and it was like, here's every great movie ever that also changed the way we do movies.
And as much as people talk about, like, they need, because, we've talked about it on other podcasts, I don't want the theater to die.
No.
I mean, especially now, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm off on like a day of the week.
Right.
You know what I mean? I go at like 11 a.m. There's nobody in there.
Oh, yeah.
Get fresh fucking movie popcorn, get a soda.
Yeah, love it.
Air conditioned, dark. There's not a lot of people in there. I mean, that's why I needed to stay open.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that coin, I want Friday and Saturday nights and, and Sunday nights be packed.
I want
watching the big movies and earning money because that's what keeps it sustained.
I got a friend that doesn't do live movie theaters at all now, and he was like, "No, I started phasing them out before COVID, and then when COVID happened, I just dipped altogether. I don't do movie theaters at all." And I was like, "It's still so much fun." He's like, "No, I'm over it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm almost 50, and I'm not."
Yeah, no,
right?
I'll never be.
I'm right on the cusp, and I still am not. And I'm just like, no, man. I'm sorry. Whenever me and my lady get a chance to do a date night, right, which is once every several months, guess what? It's awesome if we can go do a dinner movie or a movie joint that has both. Or whenever I'm in charge of Link by myself and I don't know what to do. It's like, hey, guess what? Let's find a dope movie. There's a new Mario coming out. You know what I mean? The Hopper's out. It's like, let's go.
Let's go eat some popcorn.
Get some popcorn.
Yeah, be in a dark theater and laugh, have a good time. And it's not at home. You know what I mean? You get away from that.
Yeah, it gets him a new
especially
reset.
In the summer. I mean, he's on spring break now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how do you keep...
Right.
Especially that savage. How do you keep that kid, brain occupied before he starts,
it's only
figuring
Wednesday.
out that he could open up smoke detectors to get uranium to build his own reactor, like young Sheldon.
Right, young Sheldon there. It's only Wednesday.
With Tristan hair. And
he's already
it's only Wednesday.
I'm like, hey, man, it's only Wednesday. It's only been 3 days. It's not even done with 3 days. And he's like, what are we doing? How are we going to waste this whole vacation? It's all,
that's why you've been keeping him occupied in combat. You gotta keep channeling that idle hands. You gotta keep him on a task.
He keeps. Well, I know this is way off topic, but he keeps finding ways to make weapons now.
Yeah.
And so like he was in there making a pencil launcher. And I was like, what are you doing? And he took a bottle, a pipe cleaner, a rubber band, some duct tape. And I was like, hey, man. He's like, I'm going to make my own pencil launcher. And I was like, that sounds crazy. And he shot it out, and the pencil went across the room and broke. And I was like, well, it's basically like you with a crossbow.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then we go in the backyard, and he finds this thing, and he's like, hey, this is my new sword. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. He's like, check it out. And I was like, what?
I think the only upside is that thing doesn't like lock into place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's almost like a asp. You know what I mean? You could wear your shins out with it for sure. You know what I mean?
It's funny.
I rue the day that anybody decides like they want to.
Oh, it's off the. He was telling his instructor about it, what he would do, and I was just like, the instructor was like, "Hey, we don't seek out fights." Lincoln's like, "No, I know, but I'm also just saying." And the guy like had to teach him a lesson about bullying, and Lincoln's like, yeah, no doubt. No, bullies are bad, but check it. If they did. It's all right, OJ.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Sensei, I get it. I'm not messing with smaller kids. I'm just telling you, if I have an intruder.
But
I'm weighing his ass out, Sensei. That's what I'm doing.
For sure. To circle back, though. So, look, here's one thing I'm against. And I'm going to say this vehemently and regularly say this, okay? I'm not for the retroactive cancellation of a person, right?
No.
Because if we don't understand mistakes and growth, right? Kevin Hart's a different person than he was 17 years ago when he tweeted something silly. I don't like James Gunn anymore. But you know what? He tweeted something douchey like 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, would he got to lose his whole career for a few years, make Brightburn, and then, join a different company, and then he comes back and makes the good movies, and you're like, okay. And I don't like him now because now he's turned into a weird person. But
hey, speaking of which, summertime, we get Supergirl. I think in May.
And hopefully it's good. I like Lobo. I don't like the girl they picked for Supergirl, but whatever. I'll give her a shot.
Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, I mean, but really, who could have? If you were casting, who would you cast?
Bring her back. She was too good. I don't care what
Oh,
anyone
you want the short hair version from The Flash.
She was too good. She was the best part of that whole movie. Her acting was good. The style was cool. I don't care that it's a different look.
I mean, and look, I'm not a comic book, archivist, so I've never. But what hadn't Supergirl always been kind of like a stark contrast from Clark? Like she was always been a blonde, and blue eyes. And then look, I'm not dogging that version that we got in Flash. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean. But if
you know what's cool about that,
right,
is that concept only goes so far. When you go, how much cooler is it if they actually look like they could partially be related?
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because this whole, like, who's this? Why do y'all look nothing like this?
Hey.
Nah, we're now, granted, I have a kid that looks nothing like me. So
yeah, well, I mean, I was going to wait for you to make your point to say, well, but they're supposed to be cousins. You know what I mean?
Right,
if Lincoln was your cousin, okay, I can get it. He's had some gene modification between... your DNA and his.
I just also think she just did a phenomenal job, and I think taking a different approach, making her more like the serious character, not making her the like I'm the fluffy bright.
Well,
blonde.
that's because it got gunnified. You know what I mean? It was James Gunn wanted her to be, like a pirate mouth, foul talking, super hot.
And look how cornball that's whatever the Superman movie was called.
Yeah, I watched it again the other day, and I like it.
Is it better?
I hate it less.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I
Calling
can
it good?
give it any more grace. No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
Well, I'm just asking.
Don't put those fucking words in my mouth. I'm just saying.
Hey, folks. Paul said the new James Gunn Super Gun is a good flick.
No, but
it wasn't good.
It was kind of like I almost feel like Gunn kind of hit that how like Taika kind of fumbled with Love and Thunder.
Right.
I mean,
dropped the ball.
You know what I'm saying? Like Gunn's influence on the Guardians worked because it was a real outside of a box. Cast of characters that it had never been seen. It was not a hugely major successful comic book.
Right? Yeah. It's never popular.
So you had to be diehard to know who these people were, right? Versus Supergirl, which everybody knows. Well, I mean, we know, and most everybody that we talked to.
CW for 9 years or something.
I could tell my brother. I was like, hey, how do you think Supergirl is related to Superman? And it's highly likely he would guess. I was like, isn't she a cousin or something?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
which is what it's been. So yeah, but I can see they want to differentiate, Supergirl and Superman. But I just don't like that direction.
Right.
I can't say I like the show either with Benoist.
Right. Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, I watched a handful of episodes. I liked the dude. I liked Tyler playing Superman. He was cool.
Oh yeah,
He's a handsome dude. He worked as Superman.
I watched that show. I tried to watch it. The Superman.
Yeah.
With that dude Tyler Hoechlin or whatever his name is.
Teen Wolf. That's all I know.
Yeah. I didn't mind Teen Wolf.
I like that show. Just so you know, I liked him in it, and I like the show. Just make that fair point now.
I can see why it got canceled in the last couple seasons, but his character, I kind of liked it from the beginning.
Yeah, I like he rolled up his leather jacket.
Because I mean, look, it's funny. Like me and my brother, when he comes home from work and I come home from work, we watch something. Right.
Yeah.
It's like we've been watching Abbott Elementary.
Okay.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, I hear that's funny.
Funny as shit. Or any of there's some ABC shows. Anyway, there's some kind of series that we're watching.
Yeah.
And so, self-admittedly, he and I watched over COVID, we watched the entire Vampire Diaries.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we watched some of the originals. We kind of got bored with that.
That one's a little tough, but I've still seen it all.
Right, and then we jump over to Teen Wolf, and we watched that. We hadn't watched the movie yet. It's not high on
I haven't watched it either.
It's not high on my queue of it's what there's a lot of what's funny is it's down here, but then most of the stuff going up to the top is rewatching other shit that I love that gets in the way.
It's still in the queue. It's not on the queue. It's just not high. But yes, I watched all of Teen Wolf as well, and there's another show I watched. But here's what's funny. Because you can go, of course you did, right? Because if you put all the math together.
Oh, listen. On Pretty People?
Listen, Teen Wolf and one other show. It was on Freeform. It's called Shadowhunters.
Oh, yeah, you've talked about that one.
All it was pretty people and a pretty soundtrack and the worst acting on the planet.
Yeah, it was kind of like steampunk.
Dude, plot that made no sense, right? There were fairies and vampires and werewolves and goths and normies and every version of but everybody
It's like why I used to watch Supernatural just so I could see whatever kind of hot Canadian actress they could get to
who's
show
hot
up.
in Vancouver.
Yeah. Who's fucking smoking? Dude. In fucking Toronto right now, we'll put her in Supernatural.
I watched every season, every episode of Shadowhunters, and it's like the soundtrack was cool. It's all edgy, right? And so I love that. But then it's like, is everybody in the show hot? It's like, yup. It's all, what's it about? It's like, hey, man, look, don't make me explain this asinine, I turn 16, become girl power, super hero. It's so much. Am I messing it up?
No, just pointing it at you.
But, it cracks me up because Teen Wolf falls in that same thing where it's like, is everybody just attracted? It's like,
everybody's hot.
It's a bunch of hot people.
I mean, but that was their form. That was the formula that the CW and the WB and whatever iterations that were making these shows was like, look, we're gonna go to fucking Canada. We're gonna find all the hottest people in Canada, all the hottest young actors in Canada, actresses, and we're just gonna make shows. We don't need to have a plot.
Right.
It's going to be...
Yeah, wasn't Stargirl a show?
We're going to crank down the color correction so everything is muted out and dark and grays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm all over it.
Yeah. That's like... It's kind of like they were... Twilight, mastered that about making hot people look dull in, like, crank down lighting. You know what I mean?
Yes, because James Gunn comes along and makes Superman, and he's like, "Is there any way we can turn up the saturation?"
Yeah, let's make every color show, every color
too bright. And he's like, "No,
I want to see the entire spectrum."
It's like, "Hey man, why is this so bright?" And he's like, "Hey, more primary colors." It's like, "Could we not?" And he's like, "Nah."
Yeah,
we're filling it with bright.
I don't live in the gray zone. I live in the fucking hot pink zone.
Man of Steel was halfway black and white when you watch it.
Hey, well, my point is like in space, in another galaxy.
Yes,
I'm sure colors are a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it always goes back to like if people like I understand it's a dude, it's a human in space and his entire other part of his crew are alien. Right? And they all are blue and gray and green and one's a fucking raccoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. I get it. So having kind of like this wild, I mean, that's already a wild concept. You know what I mean? So having like the crazy, and that's what works about Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's why it works. Which I guess he's going to try to do that with lanterns, especially if he brings in the squirrel. He's going to try to make this lanterns thing a Guardian-esque vibe.
Yeah, but just from that, I finally got around to watching the trailer, and it made no difference. Whatever I gleaned from reactions was the same thing that I saw, in things that I didn't see.
I know
makes me not super excited about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so Supergirl,
right? Hopefully, here's my last take on that. I genuinely want it to be good.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I don't want failure for anybody. And if it's awesome, that would be cool. That would be great.
Especially now that...
Because for what it's worth, he needs
a win.
He needs a recovery. You know what I mean? He needs it.
Absolutely.
Because nobody's really batting for him right now. So it's okay, man, you need to pick up the ball.
Right.
You need...
that's why...
When they drop it,
he's not the only one. Marvel's in the same boat. You know what I mean? They've had some...
Wonder Man, they nailed it.
Well... Yeah, but that's not a look. Wonder Man, as good as it was, it's like he's not varsity.
Right? No,
he's not an Avenger. Who?
Spidey.
It's
coming.
That trailer looked really good.
I mean, the only tough part is trying to have to remember that everybody forgot him, and you got to kind of play this game where everybody doesn't.
Where everybody has to go and watch.
Son of a. Right,
Doctor.
I got to go watch second Doctor Strange now again to make some sense of this.
Spider-Man.
No
Way Out.
Homeward Out.
No Way Home.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Him and a golden retriever and a calico cat.
He's turning into Seagal at this point, though, with his names. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, can we stop with this?
Who?
The Spider-Man series. They're turning into Seagal with these 3 words.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm just... Hard to kill.
You know what I mean?
If he says it in the movie, he's like, well, it's a brand new day. He needs to stop and look at the camera and wink. I swear to God, dude.
So, in the trailer, they show my boy Bernthal, Frank Castle. He shows up.
How cool is that, man?
But also, I was watching a video where they were kind of like what their thought was of the storyline that they're following. And if you look in the trailer, it seems like it's true. Like Spider-Man is going through some shit, like physically, sure. You know what I mean? Yes. And I like that, you know what I mean?
Too. We need to,
and I hope that this is not Tom Holland had to be absolute ridiculous to like, hey man, I think I want to step away from Spider-Man. Like, why would you? You're like fucking 28 years old.
Yeah.
keep getting those giant fucking checks from Disney and Marvel.
Mila Jovovich was never like, hey, I'm going to step away from these Redder Than Evil movies. She was like, no, I'm here.
Hey, even when those movies, were hit and miss,
she didn't care.
She was still getting paid.
This is my job.
And
this is who I am.
I understand like her commitment.
Right.
And also too, what should fuel his commitment is like, dude, before you know it, you're fucking 40 years old.
Yeah. You don't have a whole lot of time. Well, unless you're Hugh Jackman, though.
Yeah.
Until you're 90.
Well, because at some point, like how many times have they rebooted Spider-Man?
Yeah, 1,000.
Right. They had McGuire, then they went to Garfield, and then they're now at Holland. Yeah. Well, no, it was just the two of them. McGuire,
there was the
Garfield.
70s. They had Spider-Man back in the day.
I'm talking about modern.
I'm just saying.
But to keep going back, like they have to ride this out now because they did such a good reboot with Homecoming.
Right.
You know what I mean? And lucking out and finding a Peter Parker fucking esque young actor who could pull it off. Mm-hmm. And
at the right age.
At the right age. And they had all this gap in, but that gap is closing to where it's going to be another reboot.
Right. Yeah, you're going to.
And they're going to find some other kid, where Chalamet Ding Dong ain't coming in at any point because, he's starting to age out of the Spider-Man window.
He's starting to age.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was always what was funny with Andrew Garfield when we're making his movies. It's all like, hey, man, you just played like a real adult in 2 other movies. Yeah. But then I got to pretend you're back in 12th grade?
Yeah.
You made 2 movies where you were a real adult.
And here's the thing, they can't do the reboot. They got to do like Marvel did when Sony gave them the reins, is that they didn't give you all of the like, oh, he got his powers, he's figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
He's showing the bully up in the fucking school. We've seen that too many times, and that's what kind of, it's like, we don't need the first act. We need second or third act. We don't need,
Oh, yeah. There's only one play, if you ask me, though. If you want my true opinion. And this has nothing to do with anything in the world. This is just a true fact. In my opinion, there's only one play as he's aging out. The only thing that makes the most sense so that I don't have to deal with this whole new give me another Peter Parker.
Miles Morales.
It's Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's the play. And you find whoever's cool. And don't make him old. Hey, don't make him 30.
Right? Homeboy from Stranger Things.
There you go.
They were showing videos of him like doing like gymnastic shit.
Oh, yeah.
And so people
Is he good?
Well, yeah,
great. There you go.
That's what made Tom Holland.
He's young.
That's what made Tom Holland stand out from other people who were trying out, is because he just had like this athletic ability that they could capitalize on.
There you go.
And give you great stunt work.
Just think about how
it was believable because you saw this dude do it in an audition video. Now you got Caleb over here, the kid from Stranger Things. He's fucking doing flips and twists, and I'm like,
that's the way to do it then.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to get rid of Peter Parker or reboot him.
Because Donald Glover aged out. He was talking about it 10 years ago, and it was like, hey, dude, you're a 50-year-old man.
He could play the uncle
right.
still.
He could play the uncle.
Because he's basically the uncle in canon anyway. Don Glover can stick around. You put this Caleb kid in as Miles Morales.
Yep.
And Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I feel because it was already kind of an established character, that it's not one of those shoehorn things where they tried to make.
Yeah, it's not a girl Thor.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
not.
They got Sadie Sink, the redhead from Stranger Things. She's like showing up. She's going to be in Brand New Day,
and that's what I'm saying. If
she's got a role,
if we can get like Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales, these are stories that could work that nobody would be like, what are you doing?
Jesus Louise, they're giving fucking Cage like his own Prime series of Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah,
you
looking
can
like
go,
sugar.
There's plenty of young actors that you can get for these roles. You know, Spider-Gwen,
you can
MJ.
Do this. You could get Miles Morales in it and then put this Spider-Noir Nick Cage in that movie.
Yeah, you could have your own.
Just slip right in.
You could have your. They basically did a live across the Spider-Verse with No Way Home.
Right.
You know, by giving you McGuire and Garfield.
Yes.
They could do the same. And they could do it live action now because they haven't left some really hot young actors.
Yeah.
Who were great on their projects that made them, get on the radar of being considered for one of these things. That's all they have to do. You know what I mean?
It's the only real good, because otherwise, dude,
and don't fuck it up.
Don't give me, because also they'll do something silly and cast the wrong person, and then they'll try to do a new Peter Parker reboot, and it's like, no. Just do Miles Morales origin, and it doesn't matter what. Hey, nobody cares where it sets in the timeline.
Right. I mean, they can launch that shit in Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's right.
You know what I mean?
It's fine.
There's plenty of ways.
His is not dated. It doesn't have to fit to a certain scale. Because now Tom Holland has to fit with.
Yeah, but I agree with you. He can't be like a fucking middle-aged Miles Morales. He's got to be a young
I want
kid.
him in 10th grade.
I mean, that was so great about Across the Spider-Verse was like he was kind of like, you got a different background perspective of a young Spider-Man, right? Versus we've always seen Honky over here learning his powers.
I want graffiti. I want do as much of Into
as bad as it sounds. It's like I'm cool with getting a urban origin story of a urban young
RZA soundtrack.
Black, of course. I mean,
it's New York. Let half the woo do.
Dude, as much as I wanted to shit on Iron Fist,
right?
When him and Luke Cage are fighting those dudes and the fucking Wu-Tang is playing in the fucking background, get out of here. I was so hyped. I mean, most of everything else was kind of garbage, right? But at least for that.
It's that's why Ninja Turtles got it right. They had that when they did that Seth Rogen animated one, there was so much New York hip hop in the movie. Yeah. You're like, yup. They did terrible with April,
well, that's the thing. There's a way to pay. I don't want to tread on, thin ice here. It's like, look, I'm not against inclusivity.
No. There's a way to do it, though.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it and make it cool. And if you make it cool, then it makes it easier for the masses to accept. Right? And it's kind of taking your Ipecac with, fucking chocolate milk or whatever, a little something.
As the resident mixed race minority person.
Please weigh in, because I have no dog in this fight.
No, but I've always had this thing, and I've now come to a slight understanding in a one way. Because maturity and growth happens when you get new information or a new feeling or a new understanding. Right. You're supposed to grow and change.
Yeah, whenever that synapses grows and you're like, oh, okay.
Right. And you're supposed to. I don't care what anybody says.
I can't be completely dry before I put my clothes on.
Right.
Yeah.
So my whole life, I was always like, the representation thing didn't make sense to me, right? And I've had a few friends try to explain it over the years, and it still didn't work because I was like, hey, man, maybe that works for you because you can be. But until they make a movie and that's what I always would say. I was like, hey, until they make a movie about a one-eyed Mexi native Filipino adopted musician, and I was like, all the things. I was like, then you, because otherwise there's no such things. Now, since then we've had Echo and Elio, and both of those I'm all like, oh, is this what they meant by representation? I'm all, well, I understand this.
Yeah.
So I do understand that, like, once it happens, you are kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. However, I still don't believe that it's necessary in that, again, I don't care what anybody says. I like a movie where if there's a message that I get out of it, right? The first Captain Marvel, the whole message is just get up and keep going. Hey, get up and keep going. I didn't care that she was a blonde white girl. I was still inspired by that because I was like, that's my mentality. I've been knocked down 700 times. And all 700 times I just got up and I kept going. And so when people were all like, oh, yeah, it's all woke, blah, 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 it's feminist. And I was like, no, I'm
and of all the things
male.
And of all the things that we've seen where they try to beat you over the head with it, and I think that it doesn't matter whatever reason, you're swinging the club.
Right.
People don't want to get beat over the head with anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying. And the one thing, Captain the Marvels, man.
Right.
The first Captain Marvel was great. You know what I mean? Except for why they just needed to just leave Sam Jackson alone, and basically he looked the same way since fucking 1979. You know what I mean?
He's never not
just cut his hair. Just let him. He could have dwarfed it. You could have just dwarfed it and just showed right up. It's like, where's my suit? Okay, let's get this shit going. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was watching something the other day that somebody dwarfed it again, and I wanted to tell you about it, and I forgot it because I was like, oh my God, we're just doing this now? We're just dwarfing everything. Okay. But
just like, hey, just show up. We got iPhones.
I like that So back to this trailer, though. I like that Ruffalo showed up, right? I don't like that now we got to explain everything to everybody. That's annoying. I also have a problem with...
What do you mean explain everything?
It's like, hey, I know you don't know me, but here I am. And I did know me, but I'm not me, but I'm also somebody else. And they're like, what? Hey, man.
Yeah.
You're late for class.
It's like, but hey, look, but Banner's been the Banner's been through some shit.
Right.
So I don't think if he's like, hey, if I told you that you actually know me, but I had Doctor Strange make it to where you didn't, would that surprise you? He'd be like, no. What can I help you with, kid? You know what I mean?
No, because he'd be like, nah, in fact, I used to be handsome. I was a guy named Ed Norton.
Yeah. I was on a planet as Hulk, just ass out in the jacuzzi. Yeah. Could have been have alien broads sent to my room because I was a gladiator champion.
Hey, but also...
Your story's not that strange, brother.
Is this also saying, though, that, like, Smart Hulk they're two separate people?
Well, I don't know.
What are we doing?
Hey, look, unfortunately, say what you will, She-Hulk happened, right?
Yeah.
And there was things that were put in that show that they can't make go away.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of you know what they should have focused on. I was thinking about this the other day. It's not multiverses. They should have butterfly effect.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's I don't know if it's memory, because you remember things that other people don't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wish they could somehow say, and they need to put a line in the movie. Goes, man. Well, since the convergence, there was a butterfly effect, so. They're making some things that didn't happen.
They could they could Terminator this
and
for just
sure.
be like, hey, dude, the last 7 things didn't happen.
Yeah,
that's that. Or they could Sound of Thunder, which was a book turned into a movie that was not good, but it was complicated, but it was a whole thing where it's just like once you do this, nothing existed before that, so it doesn't matter.
There's no multiple.
It doesn't matter
if
you remember it because it just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Just do something like that. Instead of me having to figure out
or butterfly, but most people would probably know it as the Mandela effect.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I could forget She-Hulk and Secret Invasion and Madam Web and Morpheus and
I fought so hard to not believe in the Mandela effect, but I have so many stories where I'm like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, well, it's just crazy about you don't look. If time travel, I know this is getting fucking. We are fucking literally walking perpendicular to the fucking path we were on. Yeah. But I'm just saying, if time travel does exist sometime in the future, right?
Yeah.
And they've come back and tried to do things, and things were changed, right? Because I think about that all the time. Oddly enough, right? I think about oh man, what if I got abducted by aliens and I got sent back in time, right? And then you immediately do like they did in Endgame. Right. You start referencing movies like what is actually true.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah.
If going back and however far you go back, whatever existed doesn't, right. And everything that you're doing from this point on, it will now be the new.
Right.
Is one thing, or the thought of knowing that maybe there's another timeline where shit's going fucking sideways because you traveled back in time and changed a bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's giant tardigrades that are the size of this house. And
yeah,
hey, what happened?
Because you just don't think that if you go back and change the timeline that it's just going to be, because if we left now and went back to 91.
Yeah.
Right. And we pulled up to a gas station and it was like 79 cents a gallon. You know what I mean? And you're just like, oh, brother.
Yep.
Oh, how I've missed you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we would eke our way into Austin, the racetrack.
Right. Yes.
Getting, 80 cents a gallon gas.
Yes.
Put in a 10 and get to just fucking ride around Austin all day long.
Yep.
In a fucking Dodge Colt hatchback.
Be awesome.
It was just it was great. And so we leave to go back to enjoy that, and everything that happens in there just keeps going.
That'd be great.
Fucking downhill.
Right. So
I'm saying that, I understand why, but my point is I fucking really strayed. Is that, if they're retconning, I don't know how much they can fucking keep retconning because they were just they weren't paying attention and giving all this money out for people to make things, and then people were like, "Oh, well, we're going to do this and do this." Back before the streaming, they had, Feige was, "Hey, I like that, but we're going to do this, so you can't do that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're going to introduce this character here. You can't make mention of it because we're going to do it in this middle movie, and it's going to set up this movie and this movie, and that's why the Infinity Saga, as far as comic book streaks, we're undefeated for 12 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, it's what makes the what I call the Sony saga so amazing. It's
amazingly terrible.
No, it's like because
except for Maguire Spider-Man 1 and 2. 2 was probably the better of the both.
Oh, 2, dude.
3 was wild.
Spider-Man 2 is so wild. Good.
It's in a category by itself.
Spider-Man 2 is so good.
The Garfield reboot were
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now they've hit their stride again with this Holland kid.
Yeah.
And, from the trailer, now that we finally, spun back around,
sure.
I mean, I really, hope that this is not the end, that this is just an evolution.
Yeah.
But I agree. If they really wanted to freshen it up, they don't have to stray away from Holland.
Right.
They can bring in this Caleb kid, bring in Miles Morales, and
it'd be cool as beans,
and kind of check all the boxes and keep it fresh. And it doesn't seem, kind of shoehorned.
I mean, obviously a comic book nerd at different points in my life, and there's certain things I know a lot about and I like, but who are these red ninjas?
Oh, I don't know. Is that the 10 rings? Are they fucking showing up in New York?
There were a bunch of red ninjas like flying in the air, and I was like, what is this? It's cool as hell, but I just don't know who they were. But maybe it's a 10 ring thing. Right.
Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, that's speculation. I don't know shit. I just like watching it and talking about it. But I mean, they showed the Scorpion, they showed Frank Castle, they showed the Red Ninjas. I mean, it could be. They showed Ruffalo. It could be 10 rings. It could be those cats that were after Amala's gauntlets.
Oh, for sure.
It could be those. I don't know if they're gonna bring crossover. I mean, it's just.
I think if they were smart, anybody that's in New York should be there, right? At least a cameo.
Well, Fisk is in there. Fisk is in there.
You should have Daredevil. Was he in the trailer? Daredevil and all?
Yeah, but I mean, they'd be a fool not to bring. If they had got Fisk, they got to bring in fucking Daredevil.
I mean, and
D'Onofrio, that series is season 2 is coming out.
Yeah, see, like D'Onofrio is one of those real actors in that he's a movie actor and a TV actor. He could be a stage actor. He's an actor.
If he leaves New York for a role, it's because they paid him to leave.
Right. Yeah.
If he can take a job and take a cab.
Right.
If he can work on set and go home every night, why wouldn't you do that?
In a suit. But I think that if they were really smart, they would be like, hey, who all lives in New York? And I'd be like, oh, check it out. Here's the list, right?
Yeah.
Here's Elektra. Here's Daredevil. Here's one of the Marvels, right? Here's everybody, everybody. Anybody that's in the Hell's Kitchen area.
Here's Iron
Daredevil.
Fist.
Here's Iron Fist. If his house, if the Rand Tower is in New York, then throw him in there, right? Or somebody that could, maybe Colleen Wing, because she's a better version of Iron Fist than the
you talking about the White Tiger?
Yeah, put her in it. She's awesome. She's the best.
And speaking of, also not only with just big theater projects, we also here pretty soon we're going to get a new Daredevil.
It's coming soon. I'm excited.
You got our girl, Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones.
I love her. She's the best.
She falls in. Look, Kristen Ritter and Dakota Johnson fall into the same category.
Man.
Right? They are unbelievably hot.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
But they are stark, and I know it seems this is an obvious statement.
Right.
They're a stark contrast to like Sweeney.
Yeah.
And like De Armas.
But it's a whole different level of.
Right. It's kind of like I call them like they're really like I could see a Jessica Jones like working a counter.
Yeah.
At a restaurant in some small town and just be unbelievably hot.
This is what I say about certain types, and those two are perfect examples of this. Sydney Sweeney, she's awesome as everything, but like, she still has to be like your type. And what I mean is if you're not into like chesty blondes, then you're just not going to be into it. Now, granted, everybody can go like, no, I recognize her prettiness, but she's not my type. The Dakota Johnson, Kristen Ritters fall into that category to where it's like, hey man, they're not. I feel like I've seen that kind of hotness in real life,
right? And it feels like it's more of a probability that I run into a Jessica Jones,
right,
Madam Web hot,
right,
in our in my surroundings versus running into a Sweeney, because like Sweeney in California is run of the mill
for sure.
Sweeney in our hometown is a fucking standout,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and wherever she's working, I don't care what they're selling.
Right.
They're doing all right because motherfuckers are piling in. She'd be like a waitress at a local bar that keeps, fucking 50-year-old dudes like me showing up and drinking myself into an early grave.
But you also don't even know if you'd like her personality. Whereas if you rolled up to Ritter and Dakota, you'd be like, yeah, I can hang with these. I can hang with this, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you also, listening to like Johnson do interviews and both of them do interviews, you feel like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Jennifer Lawrence, the same thing. Jennifer Lawrence is always
if
like,
she fucking sold snow cones, I would be buying fucking snow cones in fucking December.
Same thing. Whenever they interviewed Jennifer Lawrence and they're like, hey, so you got to meet Martin Scorsese, she's like, oh my God, I was so drunk, I fell on him. You know what I mean? It's shit like that. You're like, wait, what? And she just shouts the story.
Yo,
she's
I
like,
can go. Look, I don't even care. I'm not even saying that I know that I have a snowball shot in hell of bagging that, right?
Right.
But what would be just as good is going out with Jennifer Lawrence and just getting fucking hammered,
right?
Bro.
And hearing her wild, so it'd be like, oh my God! So I was in this town filming this movie
have her be like, hey, this is my buddy Paul, and they're like, what the fuck is she doing with this dude? But we're just fucking having a rad time.
Yeah.
I would take that.
No, agreed.
Over thinking I was gonna romance her into the sack.
Yeah, and with that, Madam Web's Calvin Klein. Spiel is
and that really
wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Because she's not
Dude, she's
Hollywood. And there's nothing I like to think more that women in their free time are just lounging around in like bra and panties.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
I want to perpetuate that
let me
stereotype.
have that in my brain. Right.
Yeah, if I see a hot girl somewhere and I go, man, I wonder what she wears at home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Your brain wants to be like, hey, let me just hope you just sit on a couch.
Yeah. And just,
a long couch for
just
whatever
lingerie,
reason.
Yeah. Just like crazy chase lounge. You know what I mean? Fucking reading a book in your drawers.
Right.
I'm all for it.
Yes. Great commercial. I'm also glad that Calvin Klein has done this thing for a while. They were doing a lot of like out there stuff, and they were trying to be like, hey, look, everything's beautiful, but also we don't really focus on just hot people. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, Calvin Klein at some point was like, nah, never mind. We just focus. Here you go. Here's hot person.
Look, you know what I mean? It's, I don't like, I find it in all forms. Right. You know what I mean?
Of course.
There's girls that are super hot and they're not super thin or super tall or fucking great cheekbones or whatever. It doesn't, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking douche. I might as well be that one guy at the guitar at the fucking party, singing the same song over and over again. Guy. And all the girls, like he, yeah, right. I mean, I swear to God, that wasn't a shot at you, John. I'm just saying.
So I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
But you know the type, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
very much so.
And so I'm not. But what I'm saying is like, for some reason, that worked for her. Right. I think if it would have been Sweeney in that ad,
it'd been overkill.
They would have.
So what they did to American Eagle,
right? And then she was just fucking wearing jeans. You know what I mean? She was just in jeans. She ain't fucking cheeked out,
topless,
topless, like 50 Shades.
Yeah,
but
she took it to another level.
I loved it.
It's great.
If I could, good formula. I don't have no use of Calvin Klein, but I support them.
Yeah, support them.
You know what I mean? Maybe they sell a wallet. I'll buy fucking. Yeah, I'll go to Ross. I'll go to Ross and get a Calvin Klein wallet for $3.
A T-shirt.
Yeah,
you guys got a shirt. Yeah, for sure.
I go to because let's be honest, Calvin Klein ain't making clothes in my size. I gotta go to a fucking Mexican flea market to get a Calvin Klein shirt my size.
Oh no, I hear you. Trust me.
But I would do it.
Trust me.
Just to show my support.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all.
It's just funny because, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes casting is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If they'd have had a Sweeney, I don't think it would have landed.
No, it wouldn't have hit the same way.
Because and I guess, and I'm not trying to insult them by saying, but
no.
But like her,
Kristen Ritter would have worked.
Those are kind of like not Girl Next Door.
They're just
like the girl at the video shop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or the girl at the fucking running the register at a burger shop, or fucking in a trailer selling snow cones in the summer.
For sure.
It was that kind of hot. You know what I mean? And I think we need those examples, because that was like my first,
yes,
like crushes were like, it wasn't like, I'd see girls on the TV screen, but they were just on TV. But hey, you know what? The girl that fucking brought my pizza out to me the other night, she was fucking fine. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, about somebody moving to town that I know, and they were asking about, like, or not asking, but they were acknowledging, like, interested in dating. And I was like, no. You come here and you find the right. It's like half the tobacco barn or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
it used to be.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
They fucking,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the mentality. It's like, no. There's plenty. You just come here, hang out for a few days, and you'll see. They're
you can. Yeah. Every now and again, especially in small towns, it's either going to jail, or married. You know, so you're either a pedophile or fucking,
for sure,
being lascivious. You know what I mean? Every now and again, you get that in between, and they're not on the market long.
No.
You know what I mean? You gotta be Johnny on the spot, ready to fucking snatch,
ready to jump in,
ready to throw your shot, because they're gonna be off the market just a quick. It's like finding the right house at the right price.
Man,
you know what I mean? It's like, hey, you better fucking make an offer, because this thing is not going to stay on the market long.
Yeah, no, I've missed it a few times, and you're just like,
yeah. And you're like, I don't know if I can afford it. And I should have been like, nah, I should have fucking put an offer in.
Should have done that one then.
How male are we to put dating women in the same category as buying a house, right? How's that going to go over?
It's because we're thinking long term, folks.
It's like, hey, look, we were thinking 30-year AP, 30-year loan.
We're not talking about 15. A one-night stand. Yeah. Okay, we're talking long term.
We're not talking Airbnb. We're talking.
Nobody's talking Verbo or whatever.
We're talking commitment. You know what I mean? And so you got to act fast when the market's hot.
That's all. That's all we're saying, right?
Yeah. So excited for brand new day.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
I like when they do a trailer and they give you, because because we've seen it. We've all been victim to having all the really good shit in the trailer, and then get to the actual movie and it sucks balls, and you basically could have saved $20 by just rewatching the trailer and getting a little bit of context and watch the trailer.
Oh, dude, I was watching some movie the other day, and I was like realizing, I was like, man, it was a 5-minute trailer, and it was like every good scene in the movie was there. You know what I mean? It was like, well, hey, this Keanu thing, have you seen this trailer?
No, what's he doing?
He's got a movie coming out.
Oh.
So you'll have to watch it. We'll talk about it next time.
Because what's it called?
It's I don't remember what it's called. But he basically, you remember how Nick Cage did the unbearable weight of being Nick Cage or whatever?
Yeah. Well, is he doing that?
Not exactly, but kind of, because he's playing like a character named Reef Hawk. But he goes on an apology tour because everybody hates him. And so everybody in the movie's like, yeah, man, you're gonna, and he's talking to like his daughter or something in one scene, and he's like, so that many people hate me? And she's like, oh, and she just starts rattling off, and she's like, you're basically a terrible person. And the reason it's funny is because
he's the nicest guy in the
world, right? You talk about the guy on the subway that stands up.
I wonder if we were like, hey, Keanu, we want you to be in our movie.
Yeah.
But we want you to not be you.
Right. Yeah. Because he's like it's again that it's the dwarf thing where it's like an exaggerated version of Keanu as a Hollywood superstar, but it's not him, right?
Yeah, it's just
and that's why it's
just one universe over where Keanu was a fucking dick. Yeah, I'll watch that.
It does have an actor in it though that he doesn't look right.
Who's that?
So we're gonna talk about that at least now because. I don't know if you know who that is.
That's fucking Jonah Hill.
That's his new look.
I mean, I can't hate on it because it's basically
you can't hate on it, right?
Because it's my look.
He's 10 years younger than us, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't. And you know what he's playing? He's playing like the older guy who's telling Keanu, like, hey, man, you got to get behind this. We're going to have to. And he's like literally being like the elder lawyer manager. And I'm all, hey, dude, Keanu's 60-something. You're 40.
Yeah. And how do you look older?
Why do you look like this? I get it, right? I'm not saying the look in general, the bald
no,
and the
you're
beard,
just saying.
But Jonah Hill shouldn't look 50 yet.
Well, no, because I don't think he's close, right?
No,
I think
he's 10 years away. I think he's 40.
He
41.
just broke 40, right? Yeah.
It's like,
well, hey, I'm telling you, I shaved
and you look good at 50. Like you don't look 50.
Well,
50,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like. You got a youthful face.
Yeah, I was gonna say the grill is all right. The rest of me ain't not so much, but the grill's all right. It is. The money maker still shines a little.
That's my point, man. He looks 56.
Yeah,
and it's like, dude, hey Jonah.
And that's being generous to say that he looks 60.
Like he's wearing the yellowed glasses, and he's like, "I got to get behind this here, Reef." It's like hey.
Also too, the beauty and the mysticism of movie making. They could be doing a lot of things to make him look like an old fuck,
right?
When he's clearly not. You know what I mean?
I had this thought though, and I told Nicole this, but because he's walking around looking like this for the most part. And he was wearing a wig the other day to hide that he was doing the bald thing or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, man. And then like they had a picture of him at some event, and I was like, this is Jonah Hill not hanging with his boys anymore. And what I mean by that.
He's not with the super bag. Yeah, he's not with the super bag group no more.
But do you remember Knocked Up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that movie, the entire 2 hours, they're trying to get Martin Starr to shave his stupid beard, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, dude, you look, rabbi jokes, right? There's John Lennon jokes. There's like, and I'm like, oh, if he had his boys around him, they would be like ragging on him until he either fixed it or was like, let's accept it.
I don't know if I can accept. Look, he has to have one or the other. He's got to have clean face, hair,
right,
or bald hair, beard,
right.
It's the same thing with me. I can't go with neither because I look like a giant fucking infant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right, you gotta have one. I can't go without this. I have to have the goatee.
I shave both. I look like the fucking Gerber baby.
Yeah, I look real weird. I look like a turtle because I have no chin.
Yeah, and so when the top was going, I was okay because the bottom seemed to figure itself out. Right, the beard was all right. Yeah, I've shaved. I feel duped to the COVID scare of COVID living in your beard, so I shaved it, and I look like
I wouldn't do it. I was like,
just a thumb for fucking 2 months until I got some heavy stubble.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost disturbing.
It's not even that because again, I'm not right. There's been several. I mean, old Jebediah on Iron Man, he looked cool as beans.
Oh yeah,
he looked cool. He looked like you do. It's like he was sculpted.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, dude, I got this round dome. He looks like a freak.
With a box of scraps.
You know, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
But like Jonah to look also so weathered and like liver spotty. And I'm all, hey man, if you had that Canadian Jewish kid, Evan or whatever, like hanging out again, he would be like.
Is that what we're gonna get when we get an updated Superbad? Is he just gonna dwarf it and just show up with a bald head and beard? Oh man, he's gonna. You know what would be funny is like if they did give us another one and he has that look, what he has going on.
Yeah.
But he just dwarfs it.
Yeah, he just.
Right. and for whatever reason, say he won the lottery or, fucking, kind of, it's kind of like, you ever watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Big Head.
Yes.
Where he just fails up the entire series.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I could see that being like a reason of why you get the current form of Jonah Hill,
right,
reprising that role years later. He's just failed up so much that he's just loaded.
Yeah.
And he just fucking...
Yeah, turtle. He's basically the...
He has no restrictions, you know what I mean? Because he's rich, no kids, you know. I mean, they don't need to go too far where he's got where he's got just like bikini models in his house.
Because Turtle did. Turtle had bikini models. He's living next to Spielberg. He's banging Ronda Rousey.
If you rolled up and you're like, hey, yeah, we're going to go see Homeboy. And then it's like you roll up to this gate and he's like, yeah, he fixed a problem and this company gave him some stocks and then they went public and next thing you know, he's like fucking a millionaire. Right. You know what I mean? That would be funny. I could see that working.
Right. Comes out, I mean? He's got like, just instead of like cheesy Mercedes, and so he's got like one Defender.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's got like
classy
really
rich.
Funny.
You know what I mean? Yes. He's got a Defender out front, and then maybe he's got a Aston Martin in the garage, but it's just one.
That's it. One.
You know what I mean?
It's not a bunch of cheesy bright Lambos.
Yeah. It's not like he doesn't have a water park in his backyard. He's just got a really nice pool, and maybe he's married.
Maybe kind of play that clueless. The fumbling dude that he played when he was like Get Him to the Greek, or the other one with Jason Segel.
And I like that because I like to think in an alternate universe I failed up.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just that I Forrest Gumped it into becoming loaded. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm just like a really good guy, but I'm most of the time I'm a dumbass, but a really nice guy. And
how did you even get here?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that. That would be a great. Hey, if for ever meteor chance that what's his name? Who's the guy that does all that? Not super bad.
Judd Apatow?
Yeah, Apatow, if he's listening.
Yeah.
You just want to be on set. Just let me come on set. You can use my idea. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just have that character fill up.
I feel like Hill needs to hang back out with the Apatow gang for like a couple weeks though, so they can at least like kind of
because he's going like too serious.
It's too much.
What I mean, he's got the crazy body tattoos. He's
gone real, and he's like
unkempt.
He's doing the all tour thing again. Yeah, and it's like, hey man, I know.
To be fair, he started that, and then like fucking Chris Pine picked up on it. You know what I mean? Except the problem I have with Pine is he's such a fucking handsome guy. That it's almost like, man, what are you doing, bro? I was like, you got these fucking diamond blue eyes, this crazy head of hair, we've all seen the videos of old Gal Gadot biting her lip when he starts talking, because she's married to like an Israeli lawyer.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Money and stability, but nothing else.
You know what I mean? Or whatever that guy does. It's like when you watch women in interviews with fucking Cavill. You know what I mean? Like if Cavill showed up, Chris Pine in it, I'm like, yo, what are we doing, bro?
Yep.
You got to be the handsome, debonair Englishman. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Chris Pine looked like he's cleaning pools part time. You know what I mean?
Dude, especially he's got like a van that he tours around in. It's all, hey, dude. That's always my assumption is that this one's gonna end up cruising in an electric van. Just hair, wearing a sarong instead of pants. It's all.
Look, I've honed in on that early on. Early, even after I met him.
I made a joke one time that like we're not gonna be around, and he's gonna be rolling up to his sister's place when she's like in her early 30s, and he'll be like, "Hey, come on, bro, this is $20. Come on, just hey, come on.
Hey, just let me hold $20 till tomorrow. Come on."
Picture. So.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's either he's gonna be. What's funny is when I see Lincoln and I made that joke is because I knew somebody in my previous. Some years ago I worked with it was kind of a bunch of hippies and it was working with kids and it was rough mentally kind of work, and so you would get all kinds. And there was this one guy and he was like in shape and had like crazy long brown hair and. He was like real soft spoken, and all the chicks are kind of crooning over him. And then some years later, I see him at Walmart, and he's like in leather blue jeans, wearing a black hat where the sides are flipped up.
Yeah.
and he's got the ponytail, and he's got like a really tight tucked in shirt, and he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Never said a cross word to me ever.
Right.
But it was just something about the dude that just irked me. But politest guy.
Right.
Keanu polite.
Right.
And I see him at Walmart, and he comes up, and he's talking. He's like, "Hey, man, it's good to see you." I was with another guy that we worked together, and we're kind of catching up. And all of a sudden, he's looking back, and he's talking, and he looks back, and this older woman steps out of, like, a Escalade.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, hey, man. Hey, guys, great catching up, but I gotta go take my lady for a ice cream cone." And he just walks off and gets into the Escalade with this, like, 60-year-old woman, right? And I'm just like, oh. It's like I couldn't bag on him, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because if that was me, you know what I mean? And so
for sure.
And I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but just sometimes when I see your boy,
yeah,
I think about that guy.
There's just the funny thing is there's a lot of options, but there's very specific options. You know what I mean? It's like there may be 4 different roads, but it's like there's
only 4
direct 4. It's
assassin, like, tech guru.
It's like
bum.
It's on the list.
Or some, handsome kid with a older sugar mama, right?
Yeah, there's just like this little, here's what we got.
Yeah.
Here's, there's, could go a lot of ways, like, right, but.
It's only 4.
It's only these 4, maybe 5, yeah.
And for those keeping score at home, assassin.
Assassin is the first.
Tech guru.
Right, these are your first 2.
Bum, and then a kept man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be worse.
Hey, they all could be worse.
It could be worse.
I'm not mad at any of them, right? I used to love
assassin didn't make it like a murderer.
No, dude. Remember that movie with Stallone and Antonio Banderas?
where they're having that shootout. It wasn't the most terrible.
Hey, dude, I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says, dude. He's like hacking with a devil.
Who wasn't? I remember when the trailer came out for that one, and I was like super excited for it. You know what I mean? I was like real excited to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that looks pretty slick, and I think Banderas was not far removed from Desperado. He was hot. You know what I mean?
Hot at the time. He was on all the covers in all the movies.
Yeah, he was. I think that was the same Zorro.
He was. That was when he was
Desperado,
climbing his big
Zorro
peak.
Had all those big movies, and then he got playing across from Stallone, and everybody was excited about it.
It was because we knew Stallone was like, hey, he had already peaked. This was just like Copland was just about to, and it's like, hey, dude, you're about to do this, fade away thing for a while,
right? Because he had kind of been, I don't want to say irrelevant, but
right. But he was on his way there, to take that.
He was about to hit a valley, and he after being on a peak.
Unlike Bruce, he faded for a while and would do a project here and there, whereas Bruce just said yes to everything for 13 years. And it was like direct to video. I play a boss at a bank.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
I play the leader of a murder.
And that was crazy
gang.
with Willis because, he was never one. It wasn't like, he was, like Depp or Cage or Snipes who were big stars in those areas that kind of made bad financial decisions.
Yeah.
And had to take anything, because they had to, pay Uncle Sam.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's just a choice.
He was just like, okay.
Sure. Oh. Yeah, it was a lot of okay.
Yeah, well, the fact that he said okay to that live free or die or whatever, that horse shit.
Did you ever see that Surrogates one where it's like a sci-fi movie with like bodies?
Oh, yeah.
It's real bad. It was just like, and that was like his last big cinema.
Right, that was the last time it was like a big production. Everything he kind of did follow was like, kind of like, hey, we're on a shoestring. You're getting most of the money.
And then there was always somebody like one of the Twilight kids. There's like Cam Giganette or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're in a lot of these movies with like Ryan Quanten from True Blood, who was like the brother. There's a lot of those where it's like, hey, dude, it's Stifler? What's Stifler doing here? A lot of movies with the other guys from other flicks that were like, oh,
other not Stiflers.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're kind of handsome and you look like you're in good shape, and it's like, yeah, dude.
Well, he was
Scott Adkins and
the Ukrainian Ben Affleck.
Everybody.
Dude, when they put that on the trailer, it was with that movie with Sacha Baron Cohen, and he was in there, and he was like, why are you so angry, Ukrainian Ben Affleck? It was so meta because you look at Scott Adkins and you go, oh yeah, that is an Eastern European fucking Ben Affleck.
Yeah, dude, that's a whole series of those movies.
Yeah. So let's try to get back on topic. Well, we talked about Fine Ass Dakota Johnson. We talked about Brand New Day. I mean, the other movies are further out. Like you said, Disclosure Day, that's interesting because, the trailer's so cryptic.
For sure.
And that's why I thought it was a Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah, because it looks it.
Right, because it had all the feel to it, right? So, I mean, Doomsday and Dune, which I think those are the two that I'm, like, I don't know if I'm the most excited. I'm excited for Dune, right? Because the first two have been excellent. I just hope they wrap it up. They give us a good conclusion because it's only going to be the last movie. Right? Their TV series on HBO Max, dude. I watched like one episode. I had no interest in going back.
It was boring, and I liked some of the cast, and it was still boring.
Yeah,
it just didn't work.
And so the most immediate thing is going to be this Spider-Man movie. Yeah. And I really hope it's good.
I see your list, but yes, this Firefly thing is cool.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
I love Serenity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you need to jump? We can.
No. I just wanted to make sure that we got to it before the end because I really wanted to talk about it. I mean, I think this is a fucking brilliant idea.
Brilliant. I'm not an Alan Tudyk fan. That's the only thing I don't care about. But otherwise, I'm great.
Yeah, but I mean,
and that's just a me thing, by the way. It's because he's too much him.
Well,
it's like Seth MacFarlane. It's just too much you.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would. I mean, he's kind of like. I mean, like A tier is oh boy that played all the Golems and Caesar and all that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Dude, yes.
He's that guy, right? And he's kind of like B-side.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one. And he's fine, right? He's been in a bunch of Star Wars. He done a voice. He was in Superman.
Right.
Which it was funny. Right. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of dumb.
So much him.
It was dumb, but he was funny enough to kind of make it okay.
Do you remember, though, when I just can't.
You can call me Gary.
Do you remember when he was like Superman's cousin in some NBC drama?
Yeah, but that was so far along. That was so far ago.
It was terrible though.
It was.
It was like I don't have anything but money, and I work for Bruce Wayne sorta or something. It was like, hey dude, NBC, I know you're trying to get into the superhero game, but get out.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Should be a topic for another podcast because podcast is where the fallout is this WB acquisition by Paramount.
We're gonna have to talk about that one.
But getting back to the Firefly, I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea. I hope they do really good animation
because they're aging out of doing it live.
Right, and this way it gives them, if they do it correctly, this gives them a chance to do in between shit from the Serenity movie to the Fireflies series. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they don't have to worry about de-aging and all that shit, and they can have... Right. And man, I mean, look, I haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters, but I've watched other animated stuff like we've seen on like Netflix that has a lot of shit.
Oh, dude.
And
yes. I watched Terminator and the Lara Croft.
What they're doing with animation now, and they can make it animated, but then it's intense. They can have good action. It's in outer space. It's kind of like it's kind of like what we got with like the Clone Wars. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was great.
Where you had great, and now everybody loves this cast. It has a cult following.
Everybody loves those people.
Yes. If what's his name's involved? If O'Mal is involved as a producer, then
we'll get good back, but whatever.
We'll get good scripts. We'll get snappy dialogue. Everything that everybody we loved about the show and about the movie. So I'm super pumped. I hope it doesn't take forever to come out.
I hope not.
I hope it comes out pretty soon.
I hope so.
They've been doing all that, the reels of him showing up and knocking on the doors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I like the way they're doing it.
Yes.
We're not getting a sequel to Serenity.
Right.
But there had to be so much that had went on in between the last season of Firefly and the Serenity movie.
So cool to see.
And there's a whole, uncharted territory to create a new storyline and have new characters and new enemies and new adventures.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, I hope they really focus on that and it makes it good.
Totally.
Yeah. But
yeah, I completely agree.
We'll have to talk about Doomsday and all that other stuff. I mean, Doomsday, I want it to do good, but man, sure. I don't have no clue what the fuck we're going on or what we're getting. Right. You know what I mean? I don't have no idea what's going on. No. Dune, knows. We know what we're getting. We're getting a final conclusion.
For sure.
And and that's in December, so we're talking
No, we got
months away. But, the big I had brought up a list of, like, we'll have to touch on it next episode about, like, the big summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of all the movies coming out. So we got, like, Masters of the Universe.
Oh, man, I can't
June
wait.
5th.
I just watched watched
the trailer for that. That looks pretty fucking rad.
The trailer looks good. Also, though, they released a fight scene of
really?
He-Man versus Skeletor.
Scary Movie 6.
Oh, yeah. It's going to, right.
You know what I mean? June 12th, Disclosure Day.
Yep.
Right? Excited to see what's going on with there. Toy Story 5.
Yep. That looks good.
Also, June 15th, we're going to get Supergirl in June.
Yeah. Right? I hope for the best on that one, too.
Jackass 5. Is
that really coming?
Yeah. Well, June 26th. Well, they haven't even shot it yet, but they don't have to. They could do an entire fucking movie in a month. You know? It's like, hey, we're gonna film you do dumb shit. Hey, we got a Jackass movie.
Yeah.
We got Minions and Monsters.
That'll be good.
All right. We got the live action Moana.
Oh man.
In July.
Yeah.
We also got the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's Odyssey coming out July 17th. Evil Dead Burn. Whatever that is. It was just on this
no, I like
Cosmopolitan.
Evil Dead has been killing it since 2013. They started killing it.
End of July, we got Spider-Man Brand New Day. We talked about we're hyped for that one.
Yep, perfect.
Let's see. Paw Patrol has a movie coming out. Great. Another fucking Insidious movie.
Hey, we could stop, huh? Right?
Yeah, we could stop with the fucking Insidious.
Hey, dude, too.
Sequels.
Conjuring and Insidious could just stop. We could cut that shit out.
I get the picture.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I know what's going on. Yeah. We understand. No. We also get Guns' Clayface.
Oh yeah,
September.
I am curious.
Clayface. September 11th, 2026. Okay.
Hey, what?
All right.
They really.
Resident Evil reboot?
I'm in. But they picked September?
Yeah.
That's
why?
Why are you doing that? Just 10 or 12, right? Like, just come on.
Yeah.
Move it a week or before or after. Stop
doing it.
Don't make it the day of.
Look, summer's already over. All the big movies have already played. Now we're just waiting for holiday season.
Dude, just push it a week after.
September has nothing in it.
Yeah, dude, if you're scared of whatever was in August, then move it 1 week later, right? So September 17th? Cool.
Yeah,
good to go.
September 1st? Whatever you want.
Whatever you want, but hey, right? Let's not make a villain movie on
it's
the
fucking
11th.
Gunn, dude. You know it's fucking James Gunn.
And he thinks it's funny though. In his head, he's like,
he thinks it's like a marketing ploy or something. It's like
it's how his brain works.
I don't think anybody. Yeah. Do you not understand what's going on,
dude? Man,
Then what more can you say?
Right.
It's fucking James Gunn.
I'm trying to decide. Like, I have a brief story that is about some.
Yeah, he's not reading the room.
I'm trying to think of how to make this story quick but powerful, but I don't know but there was a time where we were playing. One of my bands was performing on a morning news show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was not my band; it was just a band I was in at the time.
Right,
and we get scheduled to play this show. I may have told you the story before, but I want this on the podcast because it's ridiculous. So anyway, this guy on the way to the show, right? It's 7 a.m. It might be 6 a.m. On the way there, he tells us his story. And our guitar player goes, "Hey man, whatever you do not tell that story when we get there." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Hey man, I'm going to ask you right now, right? Because I'm a hired gun guy and I get paid to do a lot of different gigs. So could you make sure that when we're on air, that story does not come up anywhere at all?"
Don't bring that up at all.
The bass player goes, yeah, man, that one's crazy. So maybe don't say anything about that, right?
Yeah, we want people to like us and come to our fucking show, bro.
We get there, and we set up, and we play this first song, and they cut, and they do a quick interview, right?
Right.
And we're scheduled to play the second song, and then the interviewer comes up and starts talking to us, and she's asking some cool questions, right, about my gear, my cool keyboard tricks. Goes to him, asks him, she compliments his guitar, whatever. And then she's like, well, it's really cool to have you guys here, welcome, how you guys feeling about being here, right? And then he goes, yeah, I mean, we've met before. And then she goes, oh, really? And he goes, yeah. And I freeze. And in the video, you could see my face drop, and I turn ghost white, right? And you see my guitar player turn and look at me and give me one of those Hall H looks. And I look over at him, and I'm like, wait, no. This is the precursor. And she goes, oh, we've met before? She goes, were you in another band that played here or whatever? He goes, yeah. Well, no. We were scheduled to play here before. We met before because we were gonna play, but it didn't happen. Didn't happen. And then she goes, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, we were booked to play, and we came in and we set up. And then he just licks his lips and looks away and smirks. And she goes, oh, I didn't. And she starts flipping through her notes trying to figure out what he's talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
And then she goes, oh, I'm sorry. She goes, so you were supposed to play here before, but didn't, He goes, yeah, we certainly were. And I'm over there going like, hey, man, if I had a time machine, this is when I would stop it. Or do that Zach Morris thing where you go, time.
Damn the timeline. I'm redoing this one.
And she's looking through her blue little notepad trying to figure out what he's talking about. And she goes, well, why didn't you perform? What happened? He goes, September 11th.
Oh, yeah.
And then steps back like a mic drop. And we just stand there with our heads down. Everybody in the band looking straight
you
down.
Moron.
She freezes. And you hear the male co-host all the way from the other side go, what the fuck? And then she doesn't know what to do with her card.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
And then she's like, well, it's 8:30 a.m. and we're going to go to and they cut to traffic. And
let's cut to Carl in the traffic chopper.
And she looks at him and she goes, and then walks away, right? And it's one of those morning news blondes, right?
Yeah.
She's all dimey. And then he's just like, and I'm all,
yeah.
Yeah. And then the sound guy walks up to us and he goes, hey,
pack this shit
you
up.
guys can go ahead and go. And he's like, oh, no, we're doing two more. We only played the one song. He's like, no. You can go.
Yeah, you're done.
And he's like, what? Can you believe they're doing that to us? And I was like, I told you not to tell the story.
I mean, how unbelievably narcissist are you?
I made two more shows before I quit the band.
That you're kind of testy because they canceled your last performance on 9/11.
He literally says it like, well, yeah, we were supposed to play 9/11.
That guy was obviously having a mental breakdown that no one knew about, that he was harboring that much
for 12 years or something at the time. I was just like, what kind of psychopath?
Yeah, right? Hold on to that.
We told him on the way there, right? Because we were dumbfounded when he told us, and we weren't even in the public, right? You could talk to your buddies like you want to.
Oh,
we were
for
in the
sure.
van, like, saying, oh, yeah, we
Obviously.
say wild stuff. And then it's like, hey, man, never tell anybody that ever.
Ever.
Right?
Especially on recorded media.
Telling it like me from the second party as a joke, right? Is one
right.
thing. This guy lived it in a way that he was like, he's supposed to play here. And it's
like he got dissed on 9/11.
I'm so sorry. Your shitty band didn't get to play because the world was
you were like fifth
forever.
You were like the fifth choice, and we brought you on. That's why we didn't give a shit to cancel you.
I was like,
it wouldn't be like if they had the Foo Fighters.
Hey,
you
man,
know what I mean?
I could not believe he, and I think that even Dave Grohl would have been like, nah, hey, now is not the time. We're all gonna step back.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's only one thing the whole world needs to be watching right now. And
yeah.
Instead, this dude took it like...
as a slight. It's like...
got bumped. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you got bumped. by the Middle Eastern
by the biggest
attack.
tragedy in U.S. history. Sorry
So
to inconvenience you, asshole.
When he started, when she asked and he started, I was like, no. We just had this conversation.
It's like you were standing on the bow of the Titanic and you just saw the iceberg getting close to you. You're like, hey.
And I was
shoot a flare.
So mad. I was so
bail
mad.
out.
I was just like, I did. I made it 2 more shows and then I was out of the band for good because I was like, I can't with this guy.
I mean, even that. Let's be honest, that was kind of generous to stick around for 2 more shows.
Yeah, it was only because
prepaid.
of what it was. One was at a venue that I needed to play personally for my resume.
Yeah,
and with 2 bands that I really was like, I need this on my resume. Like, I want to be able to say I opened for this band and I opened for this band.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about it now, but I'm just saying. Like,
right. I get
that was my point. Was like, hey, but my God, dude, you want to talk about the most inappropriate situation where 9/11 is involved, and Gunn has that mentality where he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to release a movie about a bad guy on 9/11.
Yeah, I'm gonna release Clayface on September 11th.
Go hang out with my old lead.
I mean,
singer.
that's got to be. Look, that's got to be one of the days that's for most things
right.
off limits. You know what I mean?
Should be just a given, right?
Right. It's like, hey, we can either book this venue to get married in September on the 11th,
right,
or we wait 4 months.
Yeah, these are
and do it in January. And I would say, well, you know what? Let's just have a fucking winter wedding. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, let's hold off.
Because as soon as anybody gets those invitations, they're like, what day?
What day? Yeah, we did it dicey on our own because we ended up on every 4 years. This falls on Mother's Day. But we didn't mean to do that. We didn't know. Had we looked at the calendar and been like, oh, hey,
look, getting married on
the
a day
moon rotation.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of out of your control.
We can't control that. But
not scheduling
choosing 9/11
on 9/11, you could make a move.
I love that he took it like. Like, oh, I'm sorry, dude.
It's truly amazing to watch
song,
narcissists just implode. You know what I mean?
Hey, buddy.
All right, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. And you want to go ahead and cue that outro music.
Yeah, let me clue this, and then we'll talk.
And as we come to a close, so summertime, super excited. Summer movie events. I hope we can all get out there and it's not crazy world yet and we get out there and have a good time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Next time.
You ready?
I'm recording. And now, everybody who's listening, a little bonus track to this podcast.
Streaming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Streaming everywhere. Falling. The newest track from Deshaun.
Oh, you already had it all set up. Oh, okay. You already had it all set up.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a song. I thought you wanted me to like bring it in. I was like ready to get video
promoed up.
Promo DJ right here. Like, so what you just heard, everybody, was a track by my co-host Jon Deshaun.
It's called Falling. Just came out.
Tell them where they can find it, John.
Everywhere, streaming all over. It's Dishon, Dishongh. You can stream it on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, a thing called Deezer. Roblox and Snapchat, YouTube TV, OnlyFans TV.
Damn.
Fortnite, pretty much everywhere. Anywhere you stream, it's there.
Sounds rad.